What's up, guys? Welcome back and good morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. It is Chattanooga Cars and Coffee today, which I didn't think they were running through the winter. It's January. My friend Perry Freeman basically puts this on here in Chattanooga. He owns a shop called Quick Everett's Garage. I was planning on taking the Corvair. Well, first I should say I was planning on taking the 700 because I'm leaving in about a week and a half for Eurotripper in Fort Myers, Florida with the 700. I really want to drive this car a little bit, just work out some of the kinks before we get down to Florida. Rather than try to drive this in teen Fahrenheit weather, it's just under 20 degrees right now. It's pretty cold. The 700, no heat. The Corvair, no heat. Century, heat and windows. The 700's got windows. And the Corvair, yeah, the Corvair does have windows. I should make that clear. Everybody always asks if the Corvair has windows, and it does. When we chopped the roof on the Corvair, we were able to retain the front windows. They just don't roll up all the way anymore, and not quite as far back. And I put some track in here and laser cut some acrylic for some slide-in side windows. I just never put them in. So today is the Century. Ugh. We got the heat options here. If I remember correctly, this is on. This is your Celsius settings. So this is as hot as it. Oh, that's as hot as it goes. 32 Celsius. These are your fan speeds. This is for the rear here. This is your fan speed up front. Yeah, definitely went through Google Translate to figure some of this out when I first bought the car, but after pressing some buttons, it was clear that this turned everything on and off. This is your circulation, fan speed. Not sure what button that is. This is obvious. Pretty cool car. All right, we're out here with my friend Tyler. He brought his Mustang out. We just had Waffle House, you know, favorite breakfast spot. But we're out here now, and we're gonna sit in the back of the Century with the heat on and relax. At Chattanooga Cars and Coffee. It's cold out, so Tyler and I are chilling in the back of the Century. There we go.
And the place that you have to take the entire.
You have a hole and move your shifter, your shifter back like.
So I didn't film as much as I really kind of wanted to at Cars and Coffee. I kind of thought the whole point of the beginning of this episode was getting you guys some good content from what came out at Cars and Coffee. And although it is a January event and it was exceptionally cold for South Tennessee this morning, quite a bit of stuff came out. Really cool early club wagon Ford van was there. That was probably my favorite rig. Mason was there in his new 3rd gen 4-door Tacoma that he just put TEs on. You guys saw in a previous episode. So now I'm headed to get lunch and then back to the shop to give you guys a really cool update on a project that I've been super excited about that's been on the back burner for quite a long time now. And the thumbnail of the video probably gives away exactly what I'm talking about. But what it doesn't give away, I'll fill you guys in on when I get back to the shop. But super excited to finally get this project underway. Step one is massive. Step one was getting the car here from my house in New Hampshire, but I guess the second part of step one is getting it further than from New Hampshire to Chattanooga. So more on that very shortly. As always, guys, I've left links in the video's description below to download the Wheel Price app for both iOS and Android devices. Wheel Price is a free wheel classifieds app, but also a growing online community of automotive enthusiasts where you can buy and sell your wheels. All right, guys, some of you remember this car. This is my 1981 635 CSI car from Germany. So this is a Euro market car. This has the M90, which is the single overhead cam version of the M88 motor. It's got the 5-speed dogleg gearbox, the dogleg sport box in it, as well as a limited slip rear end. This is a pre-M program CSI car, and these are the ones that came with the dog boxes. The M6s did not. Pretty special car. This is not a Carmen body car. Those were, if I remember correctly, the first 2-year production run of the E24s. I think that was 76 and 77 or 78, 79, something like that. Or 77, 78. My friend Nick's father, who owned this car from the 80s and 90s, his father passed away a couple of years ago, and the car had been sitting since 1997. So unfortunately, the body is really gone on this car. The floors are gone. Strut towers are solid, but inner fenders are starting to rot out. The trunk tub, down in here by the fenders, all in here by the subframe, like trailing arm mounts. It's tender. The interior is completely roached. Even has the original Recaro interior. And you guys have remembered probably, if you've seen back a few episodes, you'll see I went through this car in detail when I picked it up, and then again when I pressure washed it and vacuumed it out and got all the mouse nests out of it. But these are the original E24 BMW Recaros. So I really had big plans for this car when I first picked it up, but I knew it wasn't going to be anytime soon. I knew it was probably going to be a while until I could get to it. Lots of the real valuable Euro parts, like the bumpers, are still good on this car. You guys know the US market BMWs in the 80s just destroyed the look of these cars, where they put the low impact bumpers on them with the impact shocks, and the bumpers stick out a solid foot beyond what the normal bumpers that BMW originally designed sit. So it's got good bumpers, it's got good trim. This is Euro specific here. And so on the US market cars, the big low impact bumper wraps around the side to a real big accordion piece and a whole separate giant side molding that has a side marker built into it. So this is usually a good giveaway for a pre-25 year import. Whereas it's still got the Euro bumpers, still has the Euro trim, which is much smaller than the large US piece that has the marker in it. Lots of you guys have asked me about the wheels. I thought they were Sentras when I first picked the car up, but after removing a couple center caps, they are dyed ears. And I think they're Mil Miglia dyed ears. They're Italian wheels. They're 16 by 8. And I am pretty excited about them. Definitely going to keep the wheels. Maybe not on the car, but I'm going to keep the wheels. The original plan was to possibly do an outlaw build on the car. Wasn't sure what was going to happen there. But then on the Rotiform trip, on the Rotiform Always Broke trip, Corey and I swung through Walnut Grove, California for our first Ludwig's Garage Rotiform pop-up meet at my friend Sutton Morris's shop, Morris Motors. And while we were there, I got a look at a few different projects that Sutton had going on. I talked to him about this car that I had. He knew I had acquired this over the summer and what this had for a driveline in it. And the car hasn't run in many, many years, but we kind of put together a really cool idea for this car. And I didn't think it was going to come to fruition. But a few months ago, my girlfriend Kayla and I went out to Walnut Grove to not just get out of town and see Northern California and see Sutton, but we actually went out there to get started on the logistics of this project. We got a lot of things in motion. We swung by ground control. We had some special goodies made specifically for this project waiting for us there. I didn't film a lot out there. It was more of a holiday than anything, but ground control has come on board. We've got some stuff already made. So basically the news is the E24 is getting picked up in the next couple of weeks by my friend Nathan Christian, and it's headed out to Walnut Grove to Morris Motors, where it will then wait for its next step in its project out at Sutton Shop. So huge thanks to my friend Nathan for being able to fit this into his schedule. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it this soon, but being able to pick it up in the next 2 weeks and actually deliver it out to Sutton within the month was huge. So we got that in order. Sutton and I are super excited to show you guys what's next as far as brainstorming goes for this project. I'm hoping to get out there possibly before Riverside, before April. I don't want to give away too much yet as to what we're doing with this car. It's going to be awesome. I'm super, super excited about it. If it wasn't for Sutton and his shop and him being just as into this idea as me, I probably wouldn't be taking this on, especially right now with everything I have going on here in Chattanooga. Still getting the shop set up. I still am nowhere near set up enough in this shop to take on the caliber project that we're talking about with this thing. So I can't thank him enough for wanting to come on board for this. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Just a short one to get you pumped up, get you psyched on what's next for the channel. Super excited. This will be a multiple episode series for sure, especially once the car gets out to California. I definitely want to keep you on pins and needles a little bit. Until then, stay tuned. Next episode will be completing Eurotripper prep, and then obviously getting down to Eurotripper with the 700, the other BMW. But this should be out in California within a month, and then hopefully in the next couple months, I will be out there and I will be showing you guys what our plans are for this car and what is coming next.